Unfortunately, no. You can't self-petition for an O1 visa. Normally, you need an employer to file your petition and offer you employment. There may be some workarounds depending on your situation, however. Let's say you started a company and you need an O1 visa. If there's somebody else at that company that can file as your employer, they may be able to do the petition on your behalf. Alternatively, if you're the kind of employee that normally doesn't work for just one organization, like say you're an artist or a performer that travels around the country, you can file your O1 petition through an agent. The agent will sign off on the paperwork and coordinate your work agreements for the purposes of the O1 petition. If you're interested in filing an O1 visa case with an agent, Manifest Law can help connect you with the right people to get your case filed with USCIS. Having a master's degree is a great start to get yourself qualified for a national interest waiver green card application. However, it's not all you need. In addition to having a master's degree or exceptional ability, you also need to have a project that is in the national interest. The purpose of the national interest waiver application is to circumvent the normal requirement for getting a labor certification in order to get an employment-based green card in the US. The argument you're making to the government is that your work is so important to the country that they should waive this requirement and not make you go through all the hoops that it takes to get a labor certification done here. How you do this is showing that your project has broad national impact, or at least impact beyond just you or your company, and also intrinsic merit. It means it's doing some good for the country as a whole. If you can show these things with your project or endeavor, you may be able to qualify for the National Interest Waiver Green Card. It may be helpful to take a look at some examples about what projects could qualify for a national interest waiver. So, for example, maybe you've started an environmental services company that produces renewable energy. You've already got a good company off the ground, you've hired employees, and you're looking to expand in the US. You've already got a great business plan, you've secured some contracts with US organizations, and you've shown how your technology is going to improve the environmental situation across the US. Or another example could be, maybe you developed a new app that uses AI to improve health results for people in a certain population. You've already got lots of funding, a great plan for how you're going to deploy this in the US, and success for your technology already in the books. If you can show how you're going to deploy your plan in the US and improve the economy and health results for the US population, this project might be a good one for a national interest waiver as well. On the other hand, there might be some things that, even though they're important jobs, might not rise to the level of being work in the national interest. Say, for example, you just graduated from school, you have some promising projects in your research, but you don't really have a lot of adoption in your field. Maybe you have some citations yet, but you still have to get your word out about your work. This might not be enough for a national interest waiver case because you need to show impact just beyond you, your employer, or your school. It has to go to the country as a whole. Or maybe you're an accountant and you do high-level work, but all of the benefits of your work just go to your personal clients and your company. Even though your work is important and at a high level, again, the benefit is not in the US national interest, and so it might not qualify for the national interest waiver category.